Since founded in a dorm room at Harvard in 2004, Facebook has become the largest social network in the world with over 1 billion users. You can find Facebook users of every demographic, and every day, more and more people are using the social network to share massive amounts of content with their family, friends, and coworkers. They're interacting with old and new connections, as well as following their favorite brands, products, and businesses. People are reading their news, asking questions, sharing their experiences, and resharing content that is meaningful to them. With the rollout of Pages, Facebook has become instrumental to businesses as more of them are using Pages to maximize their marketing value and customer engagement. Facebook Pages allow brands to share photos, videos, links, and updates about their products or services, as well as lifestyle content with their customers. Business pages can also be used to showcase your company culture and history to create a deeper connection. Users are able to comment, like, and reshare content from a brand's Facebook page, allowing them to amplify your content with their networks. You can keep your business top of mind through active updates. When you post an update, it appears in the news feed of people who have liked your page, providing your customers with the opportunity to engage with your business. Facebook has also developed a robust advertising platform that allows your ads and posts to show up in the ad section or news feeds of those who aren't yet fans of your business, letting you amplify your reach. You can even target specific demographics so your message reaches the audience that is right for you. Facebook is one of the most downloaded mobile apps, so it's crucial for you to understand how your page looks on a mobile device. With Facebook Mobile, users are able to update their status, browse their news feeds, check into places, and browse pages, all from their smartphones. This means that your updates, content, and ads have a huge opportunity to reach a broader audience. Facebook can help businesses achieve their goals by finding new customers, boosting traffic and sales, and connecting more closely with their community.
Is Facebook changing our social lives?
Benefits of Facebook. So first, the importance of social networks in everyday life and business is increasing at a high rate. More and more people are joining social networks and using them regularly and effectively. Social networking industry is a sector that continue to grow, develop, and evolve. For example, the use of social media on mobile devices is growing by 20% each year. Many companies today use advertising on social networks to promote their product and services. For personal use, the ability to stay in contact with friends, family members, and old acquaintances is one of the main motivation of users. Other features are useful and pleasant: add photo or video to your or join a group, create or become a fan of page.
Are the changes Facebook bring to our social lives all positive?
For our next disadvantage, I would like to say that Facebook can cause distractions from your daily life or your work life. You can get distracted while doing your work, and it can affect your work results, and they can be worse than they were before. Hey, thank you. So, how are you?
Good. So,
Mm,
what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. It's nice weather now.
I think so. This is awkward.
Mm,
I think we should go.
yeah.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye.
Jesus. Okay. Another disadvantage of Facebook are the fake perception of friends, the huge amount of fake news, and all the danger that this problem generates. On the side of the friends, on average, a Facebook profile has around 150 and 200 friends, and from those, you can only count on 4 friends, and 14 of them will express sympathy, and the rest won't care if something bad happened to you in the future. In fact, a study from Oxford University revealed that there is a very little correlation between having friends on social networks and actually having friends in the real life. It's hard to depend on them, and it's even harder to talk to them regularly. And this happens due to the fact that real relationships require at least occasional face-to-face interaction to maintain them. Furthermore, there are more than 200 million fake accounts on Facebook, and it could be really dangerous for you to accept someone you don't know as a friend. For instance, if you accept a friend request from a fake profile set up by a hacker, they can not only see everything you upload to Facebook, but they can also download your photos and information and set up a fake account using your name and sending requests to all of your friends and familiars. Talking about the fake news, on average, just 50% of the people can detect fake news on social media, including Facebook, even though 60% of the people think they can detect them on site. This is a real problem because fake news contaminate the informative and free exercise of citizens and can even get to form erroneous ideas based on lies. On average, 27% of the news you see every day on Facebook and other social networks are fake news.
Right? Now, let's add in technology. We know that engagement with social media and our cell phones releases a chemical called dopamine. That's why when you get a text, it feels good. Right? So, we've all had it where you're feeling a little bit down or feeling a bit lonely, and so you send out 10 texts to 10 friends, hi, 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 because it feels good when you get a response, right? Right? It's why we count the likes. It's why we go back 10 times to see if my Instagram is growing slower, did I do something wrong? Do they not like me anymore, right? The trauma for young kids to be unfriended, right? Because we know when you get it, you get a hit of dopamine, which feels good. It's why we like it. It's why we keep going back to it. Dopamine is the exact same chemical that makes us feel good when we smoke, when we drink, and when we gamble. In other words, it's highly, highly addictive. Right? We have age restrictions on smoking, gambling, and alcohol, and we have no age restrictions on social media and cell phones, which is the equivalent of opening up the liquor cabinet and saying to our teenagers, hey, by the way, this adolescence thing, if it gets you down. But that's basically what's happening. That's basically what's happening, right? That's basically what happened. You have an entire generation that has access to an addictive, numbing chemical called dopamine through social media and cell phones as they're going through the high stress of adolescence. Why is this important? Almost every alcoholic discovered alcohol when they were teenagers. When we're very, very young, the only approval we need is the approval of our parents. And as we go through adolescence, we make this transition where we now need the approval of our peers. Very frustrating for our parents, very important for us. It allows us to acculturate outside of our immediate families into the broader tribe. Right? It's a highly, highly stressful and anxious period of our lives, and we're supposed to learn to rely on our friends. Some people, quite by accident, discover alcohol and numbing effects of dopamine to help them cope with the stresses and anxieties of adolescence. Unfortunately, that becomes hardwired in their brains, and for the rest of their lives, when they suffer significant stress, they will not turn to a person, they will turn to the bottle. Social stress, financial stress, career stress, that's pretty much the primary reasons why an alcoholic drinks. Right? What's happening is because we're allowing unfettered access to these dopamine-producing devices and media, basically it's becoming hardwired, and what we're seeing is as they grow older, too many kids don't know how to form deep, meaningful relationships. Their words, not mine. They will admit that many of their friendships are superficial. They will admit that their friends, that they don't count on their friends, they don't rely on their friends, they have fun with their friends, But they also know that their friends will cancel on them as something better comes along. Deep, meaningful relationships are not there because they never practice the skill set, and worse, they don't have the coping mechanisms to deal with stress. So when significant stress starts to show up in their lives, they're not turning to a person, they're turning to a device, they're turning to social media, they're turning to these things which offer temporary relief. We know, the science is clear, we know that people who spend more time on Facebook suffer higher rates of depression than people who spend less time on Facebook. Right? These things balanced. Alcohol is not bad, too much alcohol is bad. Gambling is fun, too much gambling is dangerous. Right? There's nothing wrong with social media and cell phones. It's the imbalance. Right? If you're sitting at dinner with your friends and you're texting somebody who's not there, that's a problem. That's an addiction. If you're sitting in a meeting with people you're supposed to be listening to and speaking, and you put your phone on the table, face up or face down, I don't care, that sends a subconscious message to the room that you're just not that important to me right now, right? That's what happens. And the fact that you cannot put it away is because you are addicted, right? If you wake up and you check your phone before you say good morning to your girlfriend, boyfriend, or spouse, you have an addiction. And like all addiction, in time, it'll destroy relationships, it'll cost time, and it'll cost money, and it'll make your life worse, right? So you have a generation growing up with lower self-esteem that doesn't have the coping mechanisms to deal with stress. Right? Now you add in the sense of impatience.